Welcome back to Sunrise Dailies. 3 minutes past 8. Chigozie Ubani joins us now. He's a security consultant. As we continue our focus on locating the abducted girls. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
From what you've heard, are we doing the right things? Security agencies, even us, Nigerians?
I'll say yes and no.
How?
And it is this way that initially, of course, terrorism is new in Nigeria. So it is understandable that the security agencies were taken unawares and swept off the foot. It took some time before they got themselves working together. If you look at what has happened recently, through the National Orientation Agency, where information is being disseminated from a central location, it shows that some people are beginning to think aright.
Oh, he's heading that joint committee,
right.
actually.
So it shows that they are beginning to see things from a different view and the right view. Because it would have been very challenging having information flying from different sources of the Nigerian security establishments. So harmonizing this and passing through one channel makes a lot of sense. And that's why I say in some cases yes, and in some other cases no. The Nigerian people have not done enough. And that is where I think we should begin to look at. We should begin to look at beyond bringing back these girls. These girls will be brought back. They will be rescued or released, however it is. One out of it must happen. But what are we looking up to next? We have not bought into this, and for several reasons. Nigerians have to take up this security awareness initiative. It is our fight.
But wait a minute, how did you come to that conclusion that they will be brought back or released or something?
Oh, of course. When you look at it, you see that the international attention has been drawn into this. And a lot of efforts are being made. Some of these efforts had been made by our own people alone without giving us the desired results. But there is something about bringing in external influences. Of course, the expertise is there, but also the possibility of exposing your own flaws. When you hear that Nigerian security forces do well on international missions, yes, the capacity is there, the know-how is there, but what propels them is that mostly is that they are working under strict supervision of some other organizations
Supervision
that have
or cooperation?
yes, supervision, cooperation, they all work together. Of other organizations that have excelled in this, and you see us, it's like a competition, coming out the best because we have had some good measure of training and zeal to work. So with these people coming in, of course, it's going to propel us a great deal. But the area I am looking at seriously is the area of citizens' participation. We have to buy into it. Nigeria is inevitably becoming a police state. That is the way we're going now. And that is the way other countries that have become police states, came about it.
Is that the case? Because people have a different perspective when you say we're becoming a police state.
Yes, we have.
Even with the way our security is currently structured?
No, I said
challenges the police face?
We are fast becoming, which means it is in view. Now, with all this happening, you will see that every Nigerian will have to be watching each other's back. And that is the only way to go. If we don't buy into this, if we don't become, as it used to be, our brothers' keepers, of course, we'll be looking at another dimension of criminality, terrorism, and all that. We have to disseminate information. We have to let our people know why they should be part of it. We have to let our people know why.
When you say we,
yes,
is it amongst the citizens or from those who are in the theater and then down to the citizens for ownership?
It is everybody. Days were gone when you leave security just to the law enforcement. I have over and over again tried to let us know that people whom we think or who we leave the responsibility of security to are mostly law enforcement agents. The real security comes from you and I. When police forces and security agencies say they don't do voodoo, yes, it could be some level of mischief could be read into it. But the truth is that there is no way they will know what happens within this complex until someone here passes information. And that's what I mean by becoming the police state. With all these things happening now, every other person has to see something and do something about it.
While they're doing that, one of the impediments that will easily pop up is some of those who are in the police force who have no business being there.
That's right.
Because those who are on the streets are like the front line.
Yeah.
Those are the first set of people that Nigerians relate with in the police force.
That's right.
So if that front line behave badly, no matter how very well behaved the second, the higher cadre are, this will always rub off on them. And there's so many examples on the street in the morning when you come to work. We see them every time.
Yes. That is one dangerous aspect of it. And that is where we say, look, the Nigerian government through the security agencies have to wake up. Waking up, I mean, is that we need to see what they do to people who collaborate with criminals. There is news flying all over, including the mainstream media, about personnel collaborating, personnel selling arms and uniforms, people doing all sorts of things. We need our government, through those agencies, to come out and debunk them, for instance. Let's say they are not true, and tell us that this is not true. Where they are, let us see what they do to those people in terms of disciplinary action. In that way, they get back the confidence. It is not just enough for you to tell the people that we are not supporting our military. When we know that some elements within the military are collaborating with the criminals to do us a lot of harm. And that is reflective of what has happened in the Maiduguri barracks and several other things that have happened. So what we're saying is this. While we say Nigerians should buy into this, the civilian initiative, the military itself, and the police authorities and other security organizations have to show Nigerian people that their confidence is worth taking.
Then there's this part also that pops up in your analogy, where you talk about discipline.
That's right.
And how they need to go the whole hog.
That's right.
That's where judiciary comes in. So when some people say it's a societal challenge that we've got to face, to the extent that they suggest we should have a short-term and a long-term plan to dealing with insurgency.
That's right.
How would you assess the performance or the role of the judiciary in all of this?
Frankly, that is some of the biggest challenges we have had. And it goes round and round and comes back to us. We have had cases where the judiciary, of course, will let you know that they deal with issues as they are brought to them. So if you don't have enough evidence, if proper investigation has not been carried out, you don't just expect the judiciary to read the newspapers and then pass a sentence on the people.
No, but there was a lawyer, I can't remember his name now, he was here, and he said, look, why can't they sit extra hours? You had that in other countries.
Yes.
They sat beyond the regulated time, or the stipulated time.
That is possible if time is the issue. Here I'm talking about evidence with which you want a judge to pass death, life sentence on an accused person. I'm talking about evidence gathering here. So do we have enough to approach the judiciary and seek justice, which explains why some cases are discharged to the amazement of the people themselves, and they say, why did this judge do this? So have we done enough in investigation? Have we gathered enough information with which we can convince the jury to pass punitive measures on